6, we're gonna do the smoky silver beet and tomato galette with my pickle juice pastry, thanks to Mike's Bones Pickles, 5th Street. Could drink this, it's that good. But for this recipe, what I love about it is that we actually use the pickle brine, like the juice that you shouldn't be throwing away, and turn it into an amazing pastry. And adds this zing to the pastry that just kind of brings everything together, and it's just delicious. Obviously pastry, you always want to start with some amazing butter, grass-fed, West Gold, salted butter, 200 grams of butter, 300 grams of flour, and 180 mils of pickle juice make our pastry. This pastry is my ride or die. It is always just like easily subbed in with other things. So you could use something else instead of pickle juice. Flour, some salt, always, and then butter. So this is called the rubbing method. This is just super easy. You don't need a food processor this way. You're just kind of doing it with your hands, getting a feel for it. So as that kind of smushes into the flour, and yeah, smush is a word. When it gets smushed in, that's kind of bringing the temp to where you want to be, so it's pliable. So it's looking pretty good. We're gonna add the star ingredient, the pickles. Okay, so that literally goes straight into the middle. You just can't go wrong with butter and carbs and pickles. Done, smells amazing. It's got like sour, I think that's it. It's kind of like a sourdough pastry. The beauty of it is because we haven't chilled it, it's just so pliable, so movable. This is my rough pickly puff. A rough pickly puff. that's could have made it in the book. Okay, so now literally straight onto our tray and then straight into the fridge while we get the filling going. Filling? Should we just move on with the filling? There's an onion on the ground. All right, we're gonna cut an onion, guys. So I'm doing like a slice for this. Cooking with TV, for some reason we never use our actual stove, and that's because then I would be in the shadows and you wouldn't be able to see my beautiful face. Always extra virgin olive oil. A giant thing of silver beet really pisses people off, I think, when they go shopping, because they're like, what the hell am I gonna do with all of that? But what I like to do is use it at this point. You can slice down to the green and throw it in with your onions and you'd never know. And then potato. I like a bit of potato in my filling. I just grate it just to make life easier. 200 grams, so 2 small ones. We're going to be using caraway seeds on the pastry, but we could chuck a couple in just here just to spice it up a bit. Just some potatoes straight in. That's done really, because this is going to get recooked when it goes in the pastry. Always garlic, right at the end so it doesn't burn. So in here we've got our onion, silver beet stems, a little bit of caraway, potato, garlic. So that's going to be the base to our galette. And then we're going to add some smoked cheddar from Whitestone cheese, which adds that smoky element, and then obviously the cheese element to the pie. And then some sliced tomatoes just to add the freshness. And then our leavesies. I don't know why they're leavesies as opposed to just leaves. Oh, that is a smoky. And you can see that smoke tinge, see the brown? Good sign. So I'm gonna go full smoke and go straight down the smoky end. I think we're good to go. Chill it as long as it takes you to make the filling, or about 20 minutes, half an hour. So first up, we're just gonna put a little bit of the cheese down, just on the base to kind of bring everything together. Okay, so this is obviously still warm. A lot of people will say, shame on you, chill that down. And you can if you want to be pedantic about it, but you really don't need to. Chuck some of that amazing cheese in there as well. More is more. Oh, I've not done that in the nicest way for you. I'm gonna cover it in this, which just seems extreme, but just hold out with me. It's gonna shrink. And then more cheese on top, because yum. Add some kind of nice liquid vibes. And this is why I love a galette, is you can be so rustic with it. So now it all comes in. Pinching the edges in slightly. It's a crinkle pie. And like you can push down a little bit. That's looking pretty good. And then an egg. We egg wash pastry to get that golden finish, I guess. Especially where you've crinked. It like tells it to stay crinked there. It's like stay crink. And then always caraway all around the edges. And then salt, always salt. Pepper, always cracked, yum. All right, that is ready for the oven. It looks gigantic, it's gonna shrink. You want it to kind of get hit really hard by the heat. And then obviously cook all this yumminess at the same time. So 200 degrees is that happy sweet spot. Ta-da! Beep, beep, the galette's ready. Woohoo! Oh, she looks pretty cool. This is the sign that it's ready. Is we're gonna use our amazing paper to, wow, I mean, all right, let's get in. Oh, look at that. Oh my God. Drizz and salt.